Hello to all the Regnum Christi members and to all my friends out there, all the people that I've gotten to know in my priestly ministry. Wish you a belated happy Easter. As a number of you know, I've been a little bit under the weather for the last week. Thanks be to God, I'm coming back out of it, but that's why I've been a little bit AWOL and you haven't heard too much from me. I haven't been returning a whole lot of Easter greetings, so here it is. Happy Easter, blessed Easter to all of you. Today is a momentous morning on a number of different levels. First of all, of course, there's the sad news, which was not unexpected, but perhaps a little more sudden than we expected, of the passing of our beloved Holy Father, Pope Francis. And it's God's providence always seems to work. He always wants to communicate something. On the day, Easter Monday, when we are celebrating the new life that Christ brings about in his resurrection, our Holy Father passes into a new life. And the Church is now, once again, entering into the new stage that comes about when a conclave is imminent and when the Holy Spirit wants to breathe something different into the Church. I will be assuredly in the upcoming days, I'm sure we will be reaching out with indications and invitations to pray for our Holy Father, to pray for the Church, and to find ways that we together can do things to support the Church. Secondly, those of you who are RC members, our own General Director, and this was something he had already anticipated some time ago, but apparently he has his own health issues and he's going to be stepping down. Not officially, he's not quitting, but he's going to be passing on a number of his responsibilities starting today up until September to the number 2 in charge, Father Herman Jimenez. So those of us who are Legionaries of Christ or in the Regnum Christi movement or are closely associated, again, let's keep Father John Connor in your prayers, keep the Legion and Regnum Christi in your prayers. I want to reach out a special thanks to all of us who did the street missions in Manhattan this year. I had intended to be there all week long, and again, I was AWOL, been battling kind of a flu of sorts. But I've been following from a distance all the missionary endeavors and whatnot, and what a beautiful activity that is every year. I know it's challenging to be out on the streets and evangelizing, but special thanks to all of you who made the sacrifice and went out of your way to bring that message of Christ and make the sacraments accessible to so many people who probably were not really envisioning going. And finally, just a word or two about Easter. You know, throughout the week, as I was kicking around the ideas what I'm going to preach in my homily, the words of the angels to the women when they first came to the tomb, the words that we in the Easter Vigil reflected on, "Why do you seek the living among the dead?" I think that can encapsulate really the entirety of what the Easter message means to us. Why do we seek the living among the dead? Well, what are the dead in our day-to-day lives? The dead is our old life. The old criteria, the things, the rat race that we can get into that are getting distracted by things that are very secondary in light of eternity. And what the angels are telling us, not only is Christ risen and triumphant, but precisely because he is risen and triumphant, that extends to us. And therefore, St. Paul will constantly remind us, lift your eyes to the things of heaven. Lift your eyes to the things above. From this point onward, because of the resurrection, our lives need to be radically reoriented, regrounded toward the things of God. And we remain in this world, we are in the world, but no longer of the world, precisely because of the resurrection. So, be assured of my gratitude for all of you, be assured of my prayers for all of you, whether or not I have been reaching out as much as is customary. And finally, last little request, we have our Tri-State Gala coming up this Saturday, and once again, please pray very much for the success of all that. Thanks so much. God bless.